Hello, what's up guys? So this should be the video, a continuation of the last week, the last video, the video I did on Saturday, right? So take this as the after. So we will be having two videos. The one right, showing what we expect for the week, and another one at the end of the week showing like the results, reviewing price action, and a lot of stuff, right? So in any way, I'll be going to this, right? I'll be going to this like last week's price action. Yeah, and for those who asked about the dates are right here, right? The dates are right here, right? Saturday today. Are the dates. Also in the last week's video, there are the dates also there. So let's get into price action. The review of last week's price action. It is still on, but for the trading week, it is over. Today is Saturday. Yeah, let's see. But this week has been like not that great, right? Yeah, not that great, but we expect that, right? Price shouldn't be always like trending. So let's see. Let me invite, right? But I am still looking at this high, right? But we'll talk about that in the next video. We'll talk about that in the next video, the preview video, right? What I expect for the next week. But for this video, it will be just a review of last week's price action. So let's drop into the daily time frame. And on the daily, this is our Monday candle, right? So we remember I marked out this fair value gap. We marked out this fair value gap right here, right? This fair value gap, right? And my expectation for this week was at least to see price at least getting a little bit closer to this, like this high, right? So but it didn't go as I expected due to this, like just we had the one single like up candle, right? Though we did use this fair value gap, but not in a way I expected. Something like a quick dip into this, then go higher. I expect this Friday's candle to also like expand higher, not this, right? So we ended up on Friday creating another fair value gap, right? We made another fair value gap, but I didn't want to see this. I wanted like I would be like fine with the fair value gap, but not this down close candle, right? So we did use this fair value gap on the daily time frame. And remember the daily time frame, what the daily time frame goes with, like the weekly SMT. So we went deep into this, right? Into this daily fair value gap, right? We formed a weekly intermarket SMT and we failed to close below this low, right? Let me take out these ones. So the thought process is like you see that candle, and then we are into this fair value gap, then the target was this high, right? So but let's drop lower, right? Let's just drop lower to the 1 hour time frame. I don't think we have much on the 4 hour time frame, right? Let me just first look at the 4 hour time frame. So on the 4 hour time frame, you can see, right, we swept out this liquidity right here, right? And remember, when we have the time I expect this fair value gap to be not fully like filled, like is when the liquidity is just above this, right? So there's no reason for price to get into this, right? Because the liquidity is about this. And fair value gaps also like is a combination of both of liquidity and the fair value gap itself, right? But you have to combine liquidity to understand when to use the 50% of the fair value gap and when not to, right? So we saw Friday, instead of like going higher, just expanding into this what into this 4 hour time frame fair value gap right here, right? So we swept out the liquidity. And guys, remember always, most of the time for beta PA, right? For beta PA, try your best not to use the 15 minutes. And the 15 minutes should be just your like execution stuff, right? Not like you should be just looking for confirmations on the 15 minutes. You shouldn't be using the 15 minutes to get a bias on stuff. I saw a lot of people doing that stuff, like how to trade without a bias videos. I see a lot of those videos. I think you can. Yeah, I do believe you can. But why would I take the hard way if I have the easy way, right? Why should anyone make stuff more complicated? Like, building a bias is something like very simple to get if you are like really want to get to understand the bias thing, like how the bias stuff like works. Simply fair value gap, liquidity, and how the last candle closes. What happens is most of the people like tend to like he's trying to determine the next, let me say how, like he's trying to determine the Tuesday candle, but like using like 30 days daily candles like back in time, right? I think mostly you should be just concentrating on the like, I think like if we are in Tuesday, at least at maximum, I think you should be looking like 7 candles back maximum, right? So for me, it's a little bit simple, but people tend to make it like a little bit complicated. I don't know why, but they do, right? Yeah. So make it simple for yourself, right? Make it simple for yourself. Determine a bias, then execute in the direction of your bias, right? So for me, bias first, narrative next, then confirmations comes later. But risk management, right? Risk management. But anyway, let's go down to the 1 hour time frame and see, like for me basically looking into the weekly time frame, the weekly PA, I commonly use like the 1 hour time frame to show me like better how price like reacted. Right, I use the 1 hour time frame like to show me better stuff, right? So let's go into the 1 hour time frame. And when you see the 1 hour time frame, this is our like hourly time frame, right? You see how price like on the hourly time frame, it is more clear, right? It is more clear, right? We had this liquidity right above here, remember, because like the bias was bullish, right? The bias was bullish, and the narrative was for price to use this fair value gap, right? We had this liquidity right here, and we added on Wednesday, also swept that liquidity on Wednesday. So Thursday was just a continuation, and Friday was just as I showed you, like returned into the fair value gap, the 4 hour fair value gap. So I think this candle, just we are going to expand higher, but I think price didn't get a chance, by the time we went into the fair value gap. Price didn't get a chance to go back higher, right? So what did we get this, right? So let me this was our sell side liquidity, right? The sell side liquidity right here, and also our fair value gap, right? And on Wednesday we got an intermarket SMT, right? Intermarket SMT, which was between this and the index futures, right? I think I think it was between the indexes, right? So weekly intermarket, with my weekly intermarket? I don't have that. Yeah, I don't think so. Let me use this one. So weekly, we got a weekly intermarket SMT, right? On Wednesday, right? We get a weekly intermarket. Remember, though I had like trading. So if I expect a bullish PA, I won't be taking like unless with a lot of confirmations, I won't be taking this reversal. What this what retracement trades? I only take trades within my narrative, unless I change my narrative. Unless I change my bias, but as long as I still have the same bias, I don't change. I don't take trades against the bias. So I only took one trade this week, which was on Thursday. I only took one trade this week. Yeah, made 6%, which I think most of the people like. That's what they look for like for monthly. What? For the whole month, right? So 6% is enough for me, and it's great, right? Okay, so we had this weekly intermarket, and then we saw price going higher, right? So one trade is enough. If I would have we will talk about that later. Let me just not take you fast, right? So this went go into like bullish bias confirmed on Wednesday, right? Going into Thursday with a bullish bias. Then I wouldn't take a trade on like with this fair value gap still here and like all that stuff happening. I would like to see like price reach out for this fair value gap in a specific time, then we go higher, but that didn't happen. Took a trade. It was on EU. I will show you how like I ended up on break even. Yeah, but it was a good trade because it was like with my bus, right? Not a loss, but even like break even trade, right? So basically this is what happened for this week. But for laming, I'll be like going to GBP because that's where my trades, my trade, should I call it trades or trade, whatever. Let me go into GBP, right? GBP. But don't forget to subscribe also, right? Subscribe if you got time, because if you already reached this level, that means like you got like something into the video, right? Okay, let's go into the GBP. So in GBP, this week my plan was all about like taking trades on EU, right? But this week GBP turns out to be more clear than EU, so I ended up like taking trades on GBP, right? So to break down this like this PA for me, right? So though we had this SMT right here, right? Same trade SMT, right? But for me, I didn't believe this because like we had like this fair value gap below. We had like this fair value gap below what this SMT, and all this liquidity, I wouldn't believe that we would live without taking out this liquidity. And after this, we immediately formed this this another weekly SMT, right? So for me, I wanted to see this liquidity swept out before like doing anything, or else I would like to see this fair value gap right here hold price and break out this high, right? If not that, yeah. So I didn't get a chance to get into this trade, right? Because I wasn't sure about what will happen, right? I don't take like the confluences. I had like confluences supporting this trade, but I also had like confluences also against like what they trade. And I like to take trades when like price is more clear on one side, right? So that is like, so I saw someone asking the telegram why I chose this intermarket SMT, which was right here, intermarket SMT over this same trade SMT, because most people think like the same trade in SMT is more like powerful, but it's all comes down to the narrative, right? It all comes down to the narrative, right? So you can see price after reaching out for this fair value gap, sweeping out this price reaching out for the fair value gap, sweeping out all this liquidity. Yeah, it wasn't like a good week, but you can see how price like this priced. I don't like to see these weeks when the price is going for something. I don't like to see these weeks, and the reason why I didn't take like I had this, I think it will be more clear at what I think it was. No, this kind of, yeah, I think that's where my entry was, and targeting the highs. Yeah, it ended up hitting my BE, but anyway, right? So I followed my plan anyway. So price returns back into the fair value gap, sweeping out liquidity and forming an SMT. That's the highest probability stuff you will ever see, right? That is crazily high probability. So I think that's it. And on the 15 minutes time frame, to basically show you my trades in the 15 minutes. So I like, this was my first trade entering on this candle, right? Entering on this candle, where this one, yeah, entering on this candle, like targeting, yeah, just not like it was like it was supposed to be a 3-1, but after breaking out this high, like price like showed like a need to expand higher. So like I let my like profits run into the other time window, right? So you should also learn how to use like times, right? So by just using times, you get a like an understanding how and when to take trades, and like it will basically cut a lot of like losses, and it will increase your win rate, by the way. Yeah, in simple terms, it will increase your win rate. But in that whole, I think that's it. Yeah, I don't want to make like long videos, right? I think that's it. So it will be better if you review your whole weekly stuff, right? It will be better, right? So review your weekly where you made some mistakes, because everyone makes mistakes, right? Everyone makes mistakes, but the difference is how do you like reflect upon your mistakes, right? So took two trades, one on break, one BE, and one winner. But still, I think I still made something better than most of them. Like I didn't make something that people are looking for the whole month. So it's a great week for me. But things will get crazy. Just wait. Let the price clean up itself. Let's get out of this mess. You will see crazy precise PA. Okay? Only known. See you guys. See you later. See you.